Hello everybody, it's the Geek Guy here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a WWE Elite Collection figure. Today's episode is over the WWE GameStop exclusive RetroFest Honky Tonk Man. This is a new figure from Mattel. It's a GameStop exclusive, part of their, again, RetroFest branded wave of just some old school characters packaged in this really neat arcade cabinet packaging. So we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, I've already removed the figure. And then we'll get into the actual figure itself. Now, first thing to note, I wish it was easier to remove these figures from the packaging because I did have to rip it. And it was really weird. Like, you can't get it out from the top. You have to, like, peel it apart and get it out. It's really odd. I wish it was easier to just, like, slide it out. Maybe I was missing something. Maybe I was catching on something. But I couldn't get it out for the life of me. I mean, I had to pretty much tear this box apart, which is a shame because it's one of the best. I mean, it's probably my favorite packaging they've ever done. So the front, you got like that nice little, arcade cabinet, 8+ warning, and then it's got, like the 25 cents, got the name of the character, then you got the all the buttons and stuff. Nice, huge window box to display the character. Has that great logo, WWE RetroFest. It's got the old school block logo of the WWF, but now it's, of course, WWE. On the side, you have a picture of the Honkster himself, the Honky Tonk Man. As you can see, he's holding an Intercontinental title. He doesn't come with an Intercontinental title, but, whatever. It's really weird. But, yep, you have a nice little picture of him in that attire. Elite Collection at the bottom. Some stats and video game looking stats if you want to pause and read those. Another logo. RetroFest again. Other side, same thing. And then the top is a nice little window into the figure. So, let's bring the figure in himself. This is the Honky Tonk Man. Let me get him stood up. So I'm just going to hold him for a minute. Let me move the camera down. So as you can see, he comes packaged in his jumpsuit. This is made of a mix of cloth and vinyl substance. It is all completely posable. You can still move him around. The best comparison I can give is the old Mego dolls and the Figures Toy Company and the new Mego dolls. They use something extremely similar to this. So let's just take a quick look at the vest that way, because getting it off and on is a little bit of a chore. I really don't think there can be much to fix that without compromising the look of it. You'd have to have like more zippers and stuff like that, which just wouldn't, wouldn't make it look as nice. So let's just try and keep this on him once. So you got these, you obviously have a picture of the Honky Tonk Man himself, which is, like an Elvis, clone, knockoff, ripoff, whatever you want to call it. You got these nice little musical notes all around the thing. These are all actually like a part of it. They're not like painted. You have a nice little collar where there's like that Velcro thing to hook it onto him. Let me do that really quick. You have the nice, really good face sculpt. I mean, it looks, looks pretty similar to him. I think it looks a little bit too young, because if we put it next to the packaging, I think it lacks a little bit of detail. I think it might be an older scan. I know it was like in a battle pack with Ultimate Warrior. What was that, like last year's SummerSlam wave? Maybe even this year's? I think it was 17 SummerSlam wave. So, that might be why it looks like that. It might be reissued. It could even be from like the old Legends figures. I mean, I honestly don't know. The back of it, you have this really great picture of the Honky Tonk Man. It's him, and then it's him in a car in his hot rod, which is, it says Honky Tonk Man on the side. Nice little car, 1959, it says right there. All kinds of little nice details. And you get that wave of the musical notes. So I think that'll pretty much do it for this jumpsuit. Again, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's easily one of the best accessories, of all time. I mean, just because it's so nice. They didn't have to include it. But yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. Oh, I should mention, I picked this guy up. You can pick him up I picked him up. I had a $5 coupon, but he was like half off. So he's like $12 to $15, and I had a $5 coupon, so it was $7 to $10. I think that varies depending on what store you go to. So you can get him really, really cheap. I mean, like the price of a basic if you have some points or whatever. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the vest off of him, and I'm going to do a jump cut. So I will see you guys after the jump. All right, welcome back, everybody. So we have the figure out of the jumpsuit now. What's funny is in some of the videos you'll notice just like discoloration or color differences in between the plastics. So it really doesn't pick up on camera, but in real life, this is much darker than this. Like, not like so noticeable that it's like jarring, but you know, there is definitely discoloration, so I just do want to point that out because it's probably going to have a really hard time picking up on camera. So we're going to take a quick look at this figure out of the box, and then we'll take a look at his other and final accessories. So looking at the face scan, as we already mentioned, you know, he's got the Honky Tonk Man was always a bigger dude. He has kind of like a more portly, I guess, body, a little bit more round. And then we come down, he's got the musical notes and guitars, even though those don't actually look like guitars. They look more like a ukulele or something like that, just because of the way they look, you know, they're much skinnier and longer. So we got the musical notes, we got the guitars. It says Memphis on the back with some musical notes. Come down to his boots, just plain white. So, you know, not a lot of detail on him. He is an old school wrestler. Therefore, he's really not going to have too much detail on him. Now, taking a quick look at the articulation, because this is an Elite Collection figure, we have 360-degree rotation at the head. It's going to be hindered a little bit by the hair, but you should be able to get it all the way around pretty much. 360-degree rotation and ball joint at the shoulders, elbow hinge, 360-degree rotation at the wrist, and then a hinge at the wrist. You got the ab crunch, which is standard Elite Collection articulation. You have a rotation 360-degree at the waist, the waist. Hip, you got the these legs, the hips. These move out really far. You're getting an absolutely terrific range of movement in there. You got 360-degree rotation at the thigh, at that cut right there. You got double jointed knees. You got 360-degree rotation at the boot cut, and then you have, hinge at the boots, and then you have, hinge, and then it goes up and down. Pivot at the boots, and then this is the hinge. So it goes up, and then it goes that far. And then going back to the ab crunch, I forgot to show this off. Look down that far, look up that far. So you're getting a lot of articulation with this. Even though he was a bigger guy, you're still going to be able to do all kinds of poses, all of his signature moves. But the real question is, can you pose him playing a guitar? Which he does come with. As you can see, really nice guitar right here. This is breakaway. Now let me demonstrate to you the breakaway parts. So first you have the neck of the guitar, and this is very nicely detailed, which I will show more at the end. Then you have the body of the guitar. There's two parts at the back, one part at the front in the frame, so you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. So if we... It breaks all the time, now, except for when you want it to. Okay, that might not be breaking. Oh my gosh. Well, all I've managed to do is break the neck off. I guarantee you, as soon as this video stops recording, it will just simply fall to pieces. So let's just take a quick look at the design. It's got like the the nice little hole. It's got the little grip right there. It's got all the strings. The fretboard looks really nice. All the tuners look nice. Come down here. It's got that thing. Forget what that's called. I'm an action figure collector, not a guitar know-it-all, although I do play. And the body of the guitar, and it is hollow on the inside. That way you get that breakaway action. And like I said, and then he can hold it really well. Let's put it in his hands. One hand. He has one grabbing hand. There it is. All right. Well, I guess while it just broke, let's look at that. So as you can see, there's the base of the guitar, and then there's the top back piece, and then there is the bottom back piece, and then that, similar to one of the Mattel tables, just kind of like fits around that. Oop. Come on. Oh, this guitar does not want to work with me today. There we go. And then that just, sorry you guys couldn't really even see that. That just snaps into the back. Then it's hollow. You got the front piece. And then you have the neck. And it just broke again. Oh my gosh. Well, you really don't need a back of the guitar to play the guitar. I mean, if you think about it, it just won't sound good at all. But, you know, so what I found is it's easiest is just to take the neck off, place that in his hands, if you want to have him like actually playing it and not, you know, trying to beat somebody to death with it, and then simply attach it while it's in his hand, and then you can just kind of like position that however you want it. You know, you can bring his arm down, rotate the wrist, whatever you want really. There we go. And then all you got to do now is you can just put his hand over there. All right, well, this guitar is not willing to work with me. I apologize for this. I swear it was like stiff as a board, not willing to work at all. And now it's doing this. So, my gosh. So, you know, I guess Honky just needs to invest in a new guitar. Get a Gibson or whatever. So that'll pretty much wrap up this review. I really wish I could get the guitar to work to show you guys, because it is really cool. Let me see if I can get her to work now. Okay. And neck. Yeah, it's like really fragile. I think if you look at the images for the upcoming WWE entrance greats, the Elias figure that they were putting out, that figure is like, it has the guitar rubber banded into the figure's hands for mock collectors, so it doesn't break in transit. I'm assuming. I think. If I had to hazard a guess, now it's like, yeah, it's really hard to stay in there after a while. I don't know what happened to it, because I'm noticing there is some plastic chipping right there, so I don't know if that happened recently or not. Anyway, well, guitar, it's breakaway, so obviously, with any of these accessories, whether it's Hasbro, Mattel, it seems like you just have to, you have to choose, is it a static object or does it break away? Because you can't really get a breakaway object that's going to hold together perfectly, or else it won't break. So, I mean, I really can't be too upset at that. I really like the figure. The accessory, obviously, like, the best one is obviously this one. The guitar is really cool, though, when it works. But obviously most people are just going to use it to bash other, like Hulk Hogan over the head with it, which is completely fine. Detail's really good. There's actually really no problems with my figure. Quality control's great. The only thing I can see is like some smidgens on the hand. So that's it, which is fantastic. And of course the discoloration, but I'm not really too concerned about that. But yeah, that is a little bit odd. So anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, guitar problems and all, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.